Alright, I'm just gonna do a little lap steel run through a song just because I'm bored. Sorry if I sniff a lot, it's allergy season, so yeah. Anyways, so I'm in C13, which is what I'm always in. This is my only lap steel guitar. C13 is gonna be G, G, E, C, A, G, E, C, B flat. That's G, E, C, A, G, E, C, B flat. 8 strings. We're going to be playing in the key of A, so our one chord will be at the 9th fret. You don't really include any of the B flat unless you're playing the 5 chord, which will be at the 4th fret here. Which will be E. So A is at 9, E is at 4. And then the 4 chord is going to be your D, which is at 2. You can play those up the octave as well. I don't feel like counting that high, but your A is way up here. And then your D is here. And then there's your E. If the way I think of it, instead of counting that high, that's the new nut, and I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if that's helpful for you visually. So the song, it's gonna be, you're gonna be at 9, 2, or 4. Occasionally you'll be doing some little licks that are up and down the scale, a few frets here and there. And just to touch real quick, the top 3 strings are going to be major, and then the next ones are a minor chord, but they're not A minor, which is not the relative minor. I can't remember from music theory, but you got a major here, and then if you move up 1, 2, 3 frets and down 3 strings, you got an A minor. Just if that also helps you theoretically figuring out the chords and just sort of getting a feel for the instrument. So floor to crawl, you're going to be using 3s, 2s, and your thumb. I don't keep track of the string numbers just because to me that makes it more complicated. I just kind of, I make little groupings. I know which groupings, when to skip, when not to, what goes together, just kind of based on feel and messing around with it, and that's really the best way to kind of sort of get an idea for what's going on. If you're inclined to sort of mess around and teach yourself that way, and have a little bit of a chord background. So anyways, floor to crawl, we're in A, starting with 3s. For that, and now it's 2s. That was the top 2, and then the next 2. And then moving, sliding down 1 fret, and then back up 1 fret. And then if you want to get that nice little vibrato in there, you can. That's if you really aren't good at nailing right center dead line above the fret. The one reason I do like this kind of tone bar that isn't a round tone bar, which you might have, is because I can grip it a little better, and it also has this nice line down it, so that if you do are unsure, like in the middle of a fast solo, you can really just hit that fret and that pitch just without having to be too uncertain of it. That's my only issue with the big round tone bar. This one's also a little small, so you got to develop a little skill to move it over the strings properly. But I much prefer these. Also, if I'm switching back and forth, it's easier to grab because I keep it, you know, at an angle. I can just. So Florida Crawl. Now we're going down to the E, which is a slide up. So we're going to go 3, 4, back down to 3, and then next 2 strings slide up to 4. Then the little lick here is slide up from 3 to 4. Then it's then we're back at A, doing 1, 2, 3, 4. Then a group of 3. Then in the A, the section where he moves to D, you can still play a D here. It's just in a different voicing. That's 3, and then a melody note. Then he doesn't know the little fill there. I'm sorry, she. It's Cindy Cashdollar, right? Cindy Cashdollar. So then she doesn't know the fill there. And includes that note to change the tone of the chord. Then it's up to a 5. Then we have a nice little lick here. It's sixths, which we're gonna have on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th, the 5th, and the 3rd string will be utilized for that. So it's gonna be, again, sliding up from the fret below it. And then we move into the chorus, which is Florida crawl and wanna climb a 20-foot hole. That's 4. The 4 center strings there, so you got 2 on top empty and 2 on bottom empty for the. And a door I can hide behind, because when I fall, who knows what I might. And then this is you've gone down 2 frets and then you're gonna slide back up. Now this one's interesting here. I'm actually gonna go through it slow. So we got that's 3, 2, then 3, slide down, and that plays that chord for you, so you don't have to hit it again. Now you're going to hit these 2, that'll be the beginning of your slide, then these 2, and these notes will be at the beginning of that slide, so. A chord, choose. For that I skip, so it's this group, then this group, then it's skipping a group of 2 to E, and then the last is 3s. So just the chorus real quick. Lord, to crawl and a wall to climb, 20-foot hall, and a door I can hide behind. When I fall, what I might. Messed up there. So yeah, hope that sort of shows you around a little bit, at least in the key of A. And just remember, it's pretty much 1-4-5 for any key, so as long as you know where the root is, you can pretty much play any country song. You just gotta figure out all the little stuff.